I want to just talk a little bit about how amazing our Baha'i community is, how awesome. When you look at how we began with Bob giving his life, shedding his blood, preparing people during a time of great expectation of the promised one coming, and setting the stage for Baha'u'llah, he whom God shall make manifest, and Baha'u'llah declaring he's the one and being that one. And then, in spite of all the persecutions, giving up his wealth, going through torture, being imprisoned for 40 years with his family, two of his children dying in prison, the sacrifice, not even to mention the slaughter of tens of thousands of Babis, the persecution of our Baha'i community, particularly in Iran. Then you have the West getting a glimpse. You have the glimpse, Edward Brown, professor of the Orient, coming over, meeting Baha'u'llah, bringing that back, talking about it back in the West, in England and elsewhere. And some of the early believers hearing of what's happened. People coming on pilgrimage to see Baha'u'llah, to see Abdu'l-Baha. And then the orderly transfer of power from Baha'u'llah in a powerful document pointing Abdu'l-Baha as the master, the center of the covenant. Very clear statement of who's now guiding us with infallible guidance. And then we look at this is all amazing. And the whole family, including Abdu'l-Baha, spending 40 years in prison. Then he comes out of prison. Then in April of 1912, comes over here, brings more the spirit and the teachings of his father. Went to the churches, spoke of Muhammad, went to the synagogue, spoke of Jesus, just mixed black and white people together, just totally amazing presentations that were so unusual to be doing at that time, in 1912. And the community growing, the administrative order growing, Abdu'l-Baha passing, appointing Shoghi Effendi, his eldest grandson, to be the guardian of the faith. His passing, and we have an infallible guidance from the Universal House of Justice. So we have the tremendous teachings of just in the buildings themselves, and we're met houses of worship throughout the world, and the structures. All Mount Carmel is the Baha'i shrines, or what they call there the Baha'i gardens. You look at we're all over the world, national spiritual assemblies, thousands upon thousands of local spiritual assemblies. Our writings translated into so many languages. And then you look at each community. We have no paid clergy. People are getting together for feasts, for devotions, having their assembly meetings all on their own time. I mean, this is in addition to paying our bills, being concerned about the education of our children and loved ones, and our own education, making a livelihood. So all of this is going on, and still people make the time to make the treasurer's reports and get together and talk about issues of concern in the community. This is amazing. I mean, I would say that we've been imbued with the Holy Spirit to maintain and carry this on, and then passing this down for generations. It wasn't just one generation did it and it ended. No, it's going from generation to generation. I became Baha'i. Most of my children are Baha'i, and same could be said of others. 3, 4, 5 generations down, it's being passed down. So I would just like to say that we're doing amazingly well and what we're achieving, and it's totally staggering when you think of what we're accomplishing.